right where the key is. Are you serious, man? Shoo. G'day guys, welcome to a new episode. Today it's time to work on the S14. I haven't worked on this thing since the last drift event. So if you guys haven't seen the videos of me drifting this, make sure to check it in my channel. I've got 3 videos of drifting this S14 at Winton. We had some overheating issues, so I've taken out the radiator. I've taken out the factory oil cooler. So if you come down here, if you guys don't remember, I took out the factory oil cooler and we're going to bypass the water line from the front of the block to the back of the block. Alright, here's everything that you need for the oil cooler setup. So obviously this is your oil cooler. This is a 19 row. We're going to be putting that at the front of my S14. You got the 2 ports at the top. And then they come with 2 90-degree fittings. So they go on top of the oil cooler. And then the other side connects to your braided hose. So this braided oil hose, they give you enough length to make it fit to the front of your car, but if you need more you can just go out and buy some more. And before we cut up this hose, we're going to mock it all up first and see how much length we're going to need to reach the ports from the block. So we'll show you guys how to cut this hose and install it onto your fittings, some more fittings, and then this is your adapter, the oil sandwich plate. And then this is an oil pressure gauge. I got to get an oil temp gauge as well. So this is the oil pressure sensor. I still got to get an oil temp sensor, so I'll do that very soon. So this is the sensor for the oil pressure, and this is your oil sandwich plate that connects to the bolt, and then you basically bolt up your oil filter to this, and then you got 2 fittings on the sides. So your sensor goes on one side and then your oil temp goes on the other side. And this is the fitting that goes to the block stud through here. So this is what bolts up to your block, if you guys can see that. Damn shadow, you can even see my GoPro there. So yeah, it comes with all these fittings, and I'll show you guys how to install this oil cooler setup. Once you remove the factory oil cooler, you're left with some spare lines that you need to touch up, so I'll show you guys that in a second. This right here is your factory oil cooler. So this is what bolts up to your block, and this is where the water lines go. So from the front of your block there's a port, and at the back of the block there's a port also. So this is what this is basically. So that's the back, that's the front, and that's what that connects to the oil cooler, so it cools down the oil. But we're going to an external oil cooler, so you have to remove this. And there's a factory oil stud, and I'll show you guys that stud in a second. Block, you've got this factory oil stud right here. It is a pain in the ass to get it. You got to use locking pliers and bash it out, unscrew it, and then you put the new fitting in, and I'll show you guys the new fitting. So if you see that, that's the new fitting screwed on into the block, and you can see where the port is where the factory oil cooler used to sit. So now it's time to put on the oil sandwich plate and chuck on the fittings, and I'll show you guys the rest. You grab your oil sandwich plate, you just screw in the fittings. It's so easy, you just do it hand tight for now, and you just screw it on like that. Screw it on. I knew that was going to be in the way. So now we're going to have to get 2 90-degree bends. God damn it. So we'll get 2 90-degree bends and come back to this, because this isn't going to work. So with the oil cooler, unfortunately we can't have the ports at the top because they will hit up against the body of the car. So we've got the 2 ports down here. So if I run the hose down here and then up into this hole up there, if you guys can see that, and then run it to the block, I might have to get 2 90-degree fittings, so that way if I run a straight fitting here, there'll probably be too much kink in the hose down here to bend up. So I have to get 2 90 degrees fittings. Damn it. So what I've done is I've put the oil sandwich plate on, but I've put it on an angle with the 90 degrees fitting, so it fits a lot better there. So we've got room for a sensor there, and then the oil pressure sensor there, so it's going to fit like this. Then we'll chop up the braided hose line, come through here, and then we'll go down into this hole here, underneath through there, and then to the lines to the oil cooler here. So I reckon we can make this setup work. And tighten it and push in at the same time like that, so it can lock up into place. See how it's going in now. Pain in the ass, this job. If you don't have the right tools, it is a pain. That's why I'm here, to use the better tools than what I've got in my garage.
Pain? Surely. Yeah.
You want to be able to push it till the hose, if you look in here, it's got to hit that groove right in there. It's got to get to that inside groove bit so we can fit the other fitting on and it won't leak. Well, we hope. Sprayed some WD-40 in there. Help lubricate this part to push into there. once you push straight into it, push and turn this sucker till it locks into place. It is a pain in the ass to do, but there we go, we got it. So you just gotta put a lot of force as you're tightening so it goes into its spot. And just keep an eye on this fitting here, make sure the hose doesn't pop off. It's another thing with these fittings, man. All right, at least we're getting somewhere. All right, now what we're gonna do is, you're gonna grab 2 spanners, you're gonna hold one, and tighten with the other, like that. Keep tightening till you get all the way. All right, massive thanks to Scott over there. If you guys can see him, we waved. Yeah, we've got the fittings all done now, so we can go home, chuck this back on the S14. And here's the RX-7, man. Look at that. RX-7s are so light, you can actually feel how much it grips up. It just has all this torque, it just pulls, man. Whereas the Skyline, I just break traction constantly. RX-7s weren't so expensive, I probably would have bought one by now, man. Just another massive shout out to Scott for hooking up with these fittings. These are definitely what I needed for my oil cooler. I'm so wrapped because no one around my town had any, and luckily Scott did, and got to be able to use the vise and slap these suckers in. So let's go install them in my S14. Alright dudes, I thought I should let you know why I left the sticky tape on the braided hose line. If you look at the photo here, you can see it started fraying, and the reason why I left the sticky tape on is so that way when you put the fitting on, it'll prevent it from fraying. There's nothing wrong with leaving the sticky tape, perfectly fine. Just make sure that this fitting is on tight, so yank on it really hard, and if it doesn't slide off, then you know you've locked on the hose properly. Make sure your in and out is correct. I don't know what oil filter style you guys use, or if you use another car, it might be a different setup. So yeah, there's in and out, so don't get it confused. And now with the oil sandwich plate, it wouldn't hurt to chuck some thread tape on these threads here. So this is the oil pressure sensor, and this is the oil temp sensor. So one will be going in here, and then one will be going on the other side. So make sure you do everything tight, because you do not want an oil leak. Alright, once you've tightened everything up, that's as tight as it's going to be. If you look inside the filter there, there's the sensor, and then this one won't go all the way through because it's a thick fucker. Alright, now that we've got this bolted up, we use the 27mm to tighten it up. And when you tighten this oil sandwich block, make it really tight, but when you feel like it's getting way too tight, like you can't push anymore, that's its limit. Don't overdo it because you'll fuck up the thread. So we've got our sensor wire there for the oil temp, so we're going to do that later in another video. And then we've got our oil pressure one. Hell yeah, man. Now it's time to chuck the fittings on. And then I've got to take out this bracket right here and cut a couple holes so that way I can mount the oil cooler for it now. Alright, the old chopped up crash bar, factory one. So if you see there, I've marked 2 holes. That's so that way I can bolt the oil cooler to this. I'm just going to quickly drill 2 holes and we'll bolt this sucker up. And alright, now that we've drilled the 2 holes, we can finally bolt the oil cooler to this. See, if you look at that, it lines up perfect, so we can bolt the oil cooler. For now, I've just got it zip tied on for now before I bolt it down, and I'm going to get a custom bracket to make here to bolt the oil cooler to about there, so that should be fine. Now with the fittings, you want to do them hand tight for now. Make sure everything is hand tight. Run the hose. I'm running this hole here, so the battery used to sit here, but there's a hole here, so I'm using this. I may have used a little bit too extra long of a line for the oil cooler hose, but that's alright, no problems there. Come down here, and there you go. Do everything hand tight first, so that way once you tighten everything up, you know exactly where everything goes. So just mock it up first, don't wing it. So right now I'm going to do the other side, hand tight, we'll come back to it, and if it's all perfect, then we'll tighten everything down. Yeah, that's how it's looking right now. So you can see that 180-degree U-bend is working perfectly fine, then up through there into the hole, up and around and there. And then I'll have my radiator swirl pot somewhere about up here, and then we're going to chop up the radiator, so that's all in the next video. Alright, let's get this job done now. Here's how, man. And have a look at the fittings. These fittings worked out so much better than the straight fittings. If there were straight fittings, the hose would be bending down here, whereas the 180 fittings makes it so much more nicer. So we got that twirling up into that hole. Then we come up here, get out of the shadow. I've done this thing where I've zip tied it completely down to the body of the car so it looks a lot neater, so you can tell it won't move around. Come up over here, make our way down. Got all of this stuff tight right now, so all this is tight. Last thing to do is the sensor wire and the oil pressure sensor to the gauges, oil filter, then some oil. What I want to do is I want to make like a plate and cut out some holes and feed the gauges through there, so all the gauges will be right in here, so I reckon that might look sick. But then I want to get like the gauges up here or on the dash. I'm like confused what I want to do, but I reckon the easiest option for now is just make a plate and have all the gauges sit there for now. So if you guys reckon this is a good idea, let me know in the comment section. Because this turned out so much better than I had in mind. Like these fittings just worked perfect. I'm not really a fan of the red and blue, but all it needs to do is just work basically. Let me come up here. That's sick. Once we make a proper bash bar, we'll be able to mount this a lot better too. So that's just for now. Who gives a shit? We're gonna go out drifting and have some fun. Hopefully. Alright, now that we've got everything tightened down, we're gonna go to the shops, pick up an oil filter, we're gonna pick up some oil, we're gonna pick up 6 liters of oil. Usually in RB25s you just chuck 5 liters of oil in there. But because we've got the extra lines in the oil cooler, we might need that extra liter, so we're gonna grab 6 liters of oil. As I say pretty much in every video with an oil top up, this is the best oil to use for RB25s. In my 33 I use 10 watt 60, but for these kind of setups 10 watt 40 is the best. Alright, I'm going to dump all this 5 liters of oil in. Alright, now that we've topped up the car with oil, make sure to check around the car for any oil leaks, just have a look around. And what we're going to do is we're going to come to the front here and we're going to disconnect the cast so that way the car does not start up. It's just going to prime all the oil through. And what we'll do is, because we don't have the radio stuff put back in, we'll start the car once the car is primed. We'll let it run for about 10 seconds, turn it off, come back, look at the engine bay, make sure there's no oil leaks around. So let's go try this out now. Just turn the key, make sure it's out of gear first. Whoops, my bad. Yeah, definitely make sure it's out of gear. Oh man, the battery, damn it. Take 2 of priming. So just hold it there for a few seconds, like that. Stop, let the starter relax, come back to it. I can actually hear the oil building up pressure. I'm gonna do this for a few times and then we'll start it quickly. Once you're done priming, come back, connect the cast back up, and let's, ooh, get out of here, wasp. There's a damn wasp right where the key is. Are you serious, man? Shoo. Turned on now, so yeah, we're gonna let it run for a little bit. Have a look at all the fittings. Make sure there's no oil leaks anywhere. So we'll come under here, make sure to check under the oil filter. Put your hand around it, make sure there's no oil. You can hear the oil building up in the lifters. So we'll let it run for about a minute, I reckon. I really hope you guys enjoyed this oil cooler install. I know it wasn't too technical of a video, but I'm just showing you what I go through and how to do it my way. So I will get brackets done. I'm just gonna leave the zip ties there for now. Trust me, I will get it done. But it's around 30 degrees right now. I can't wait to pack up all my stuff, go have a cold shower, get on the beers, and then start back on this tomorrow morning when it's a bit colder. I'm going to chop up the rad support, as I said, do the radiator stuff, and once we've done the radiator stuff, we're good to go for drifting next Friday. So hopefully I get the job done tomorrow. Hope you guys enjoyed this oil cooler install. I'm just really happy how nice and tucked this looks here. So the way I've done it with the zip ties down there, it's like nice and sturdy. Oh, there we go. Better lighting now for the oil cooler. Do one more look around. This is definitely going to help the cooling so much when we go out drifting. Hell yeah. If you're a new viewer, make sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, it really helps out with the channel. Leave a comment down below, share this video to your mates, and as always, I'll catch you guys in the next episode. Catch you guys later.